So before we get things kicked off here, I just have some special thanks. There's people who traveled as far as Cleveland, and we also just have some some other special guests in the building. First and foremost, thanks to those that played a huge role in putting the night together. We got my man Derek from Derek's Diner. He provided the food for us tonight, so big thanks to him. And we also have Miss Cosetta Poole. Then we have Nicole from Violet Pineapple with the dope balloon arrangements. And then, let me see, and then last but certainly not least, Rick and Megan Hogarty for just being such gracious hosts and opening this space up to us. So let's give it a hand for them. I would also be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our committee, Mr. Marcus Harris, Brandy Bennett, who is in the building as well, Ralph Hutchinson, and my main man, who is our co-chair, Spencer Patterson. And I'd like to also give a shout out to Jarvis, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight because he double booked himself, but that's all right. So we're all here. It dawned on me maybe like 10 minutes ago that I believe this is probably the first event of its kind. So I just want to give yourselves a pat on the back, really, man. This is dope. I had expectations going into this, but I gotta say, this has exceeded my expectations, so that's always great. So what brings us here is we really wanted to just create an environment where people could come together, network, especially those amongst, us minorities. And again, as you can see, whether it's women, whether it's people of color, you name it, we're all in this together. And our goal, as an organization is to continue to champion business development through collective and intentional entrepreneur support that improves the economic, social, and personal standing for all minority entrepreneurs in the greater Sandusky area. And our ability, and what allows us the ability to, put together these partnerships in collaboration is the Erie County Economic Development Corporation, which we actually have the director here, Abby Bemis, and she'll come and share a few words with you here in just a moment. And also, as well as the city of Sandusky. This time last year, we were actually fortunate enough to give out 25 $2,000 grants to minority businesses here locally in response to COVID, which was basically kind of like served as our coming out party, if you would. And fast forwarding, to today and how we got here, it was probably about 2 or 3 months ago. I was actually on my way to pick up my daughter, and I began to think about the role that women play like in my life, especially whether it's my fiance or whether it's my daughter's mom, and I began to think like, wow, like how I was sort of thinking like, how difficult is it for me to make it from one place to the other, and just that entrepreneur just struggling to make it here and there on time. But then I began to think, like, it must be difficult to be a mother and or a woman of business, right? And so, because one of the things I thought of was like, man, like perhaps women don't clock out, right? Especially as a mother. And I think that is something that should be celebrated. And so that's what brings us, here tonight. I know, just speaking from experience, I oftentimes gotta, ask my fiance Perry if she can watch Addie for a few hours, or her mother, Brittany, to plug an appointment or something in our schedule, because God knows I will forget just about anything if I'm not tasked, to be there or told to be there. But I just want to give a couple quick shout outs to my fiance Perry, who and if you could just give her a hand here in a moment. She actually will soon be closing on her triplex at just 25 years old. So she's entering the business world and becoming an entrepreneur right before our eyes. So that is just an awesome and beautiful thing just to see her take those steps. So give it up for her, if you would. And then, you know, following her, again, I mentioned her before, my daughter's mom, who just plays such a pivotal role, as I said, just in allowing me to be able to do what I do. And she is also, she actually just relocated, or, you know, came here, and her husband as well, Charles, they just relocated here back to the Sandusky area. And she also is a small business owner and an OB nurse as well. So give it up for them. So as we move forward, we will have some guest speakers. But first, I would like to introduce Miss Abby Bemis, who, when I say, Mbet wouldn't be where it's at without her. She keeps me she keeps me straight. So, but what she's going to do is she's actually going to share with you all our newest grant opportunity that'll be all made available to you here shortly. So, Miss Abby Bemis, give her a hand.
Hi, everybody. Very nice to meet you. Again, my name is Abby Bemis. I'm with the Erie County Economic Development Corporation. Long acronym, you might have heard of us in town as ECADEC. Our whole goal as an organization is to support business development. So we've been really excited to partner with Mbet and specifically and intentionally support minority business ownership in our community, along with many of our other committee members. The thing that we want to introduce tonight, so as this group has gotten started, you know, the first thing we wanted to do is elevate existing minority-owned businesses in the community. How do we increase visibility of your businesses? How do we create forums like this where you can get to know one another? And the COVID grants related a lot to that. But what we've seen as we've gotten started is we want to build more. We want to build a pipeline of minority-owned businesses, whether that's women, veterans, people of color. We want them to be welcome and supported in our community. So to that end, we're excited to roll out tonight the Startup Scholarship through Mbet. We'd like to create 35 new minority-owned businesses in the community. And to do so, our organization will support the cost of doing that, $125 for a startup scholarship, along with all the wraparound support you need to get a business started. So business planning, marketing, talking to peers like you are tonight. We're really, really excited about it. We think it's going to be great for the community. Imagine 35 new minority-owned businesses in, say, the next 6 months. How cool. And we would love your support in spreading the word about that. So these handouts that are on the table, on the food table, tell everyone you know. This is a great place to start a business, and we're here to support them. There's a lot more information about who you contact, what you have to do to get the scholarship on this form. I don't want to take up too much time with that tonight because there's much more interesting topics to discuss. So, great. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, and just probably...
We'll add $500 to each of those.
Oh.
Each two add $500 each.
Okay, hey, so we just... to each of them, Rick?
Yeah.
Oh, my man. All right. So Rick just announced he's actually going to add $500. H2 is actually going to add $500 to each of those grants. So, man, Rick, thank you. Thank you to Rick and Megan Hogarty. That's just, man, one of many examples that makes them such awesome people. So,
I'm going to throw my business cards on the back food table. If you have any questions about the Startup Scholarship, feel free to email me.
And just real quick, please forgive me. There's a young lady by the name of Alexia Harris who is in the building. So she is actually, she's one of the new business professionals of America in Region 7, and I believe she is the vice president, but she joins us from Jarvis Cole's business program there at Sandusky High School, so please give her a hand. She's one of I have the utmost confidence that she's just going to become one of the next leading ladies in the world, and she'll go on to do great things. So, yes, so our next speaker will actually be my man Marcus Harris. We got a lot of Harrises in the building tonight, so I can't say that's a bad thing, but He's going to come up here and introduce himself. And the city of Sandusky brought him on in a new role, which is the Diversity and Economic Opportunity Manager, correct? Okay, so yeah, he'll come up, just share a few words with you about his position and what he's here to do. So give it up for him. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. When I look out in this room and I see this group that is here today, my spirit is full and my heart is just beating. This is my city. This is my home. I spent most of my adult life away from home, I spent most of my adult life away from home. But in January, I started some conversations with Eric, the city manager, about the work that has been going on, the investments, and how I'm so proud of what has happened to my city, and I wanted to be part of it. And so we had to figure out what role would that be. So Diversity and Economic Opportunity Manager, right? DE&I, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, right? So how can I break that down? Imagine the city of Sandusky throwing a black tie event. Everybody in the city is invited. That's your diversity. Equity is that we have, for those who do not have tuxedos, who do not have ball gowns, go ahead. We have this whole entire room here that you can choose from. Levels the playing field. And inclusion, when everyone who comes to the ball gets to choose a song for the playlist, right? And so everybody is involved when you think of it that way. My work will be internal. It's internal to the city of Sandusky as an employer. I want to make it a diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace. I want the city's workforce to represent the city that we work for. I work for you, right? The economic opportunity piece. Believe me when I say this, that entrepreneurship is the key to unlocking wealth in this country. And we live in a community that is high profile. Right? Like, we don't think of it that way. It's just Sandusky. No. Hundreds of thousands of people come to this town every year to enjoy what's here. So how do we take advantage of that? How do we see those opportunities and unlock the potential within them? You see a problem, provide a solution, right? And then we got to look at entrepreneurship and businesses as more than just service. Like, we got to become creators and makers. We can be that. When I look in this room, I see the future of Sandusky, and the future is now. We're not looking at people to be leaders like, oh my God, they are in charge, they make the decisions. We are the leaders. We are the decision makers. We are the movers and the shakers. And it's time for us to move and shake. So anything that I can do to help that process along, I am here. I am a servant. I am mission driven. I'm not in this for profit, right? Like, I came back here because I love my city, and I'm proud to say that I'm from Sandusky, Ohio. Thank you.
And so, thank you for that, Marcus. So speaking of Marcus, we actually have another one for y'all. So this gentleman actually came here tonight. He joins us from Cleveland, and he is actually the Chief Operating Officer at Growth Opportunities Partners. So give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. As you said, my name is Marcus Glanton. I'm with Growth Opportunity Partners. I really didn't want to have to follow the other Marcus. I don't know if I'm going to try and have that same passion, but I am here because Marcus actually reached out to me. We got to know each other when he was working in Cleveland. So the organization that I work for, Growth Opportunity Partners, also known as Growth Ops, we work throughout the state, throughout the country. We work with small business owners, minority business owners, female business owners in low and moderate income communities, all with the purpose of trying to improve the quality of life for those business owners and also for those that they would hire. So we want them to hire more people, to create jobs of which we call meaningful wage jobs, so that they go beyond just a living wage, because we know who just wants to make a living wage. We want to all have a good quality of life and be able to enjoy life. So that's what our mission is and what we get behind. So we work with these businesses, provide technical assistance. It may be helping to set up accounting, the everyday things that a business owner may have questions on or need help with, how to set up the business. We can also provide capital to these businesses, and we do it in the form of loans and also grants. So I'm going to be brief. We're just there to try and help support business owners, again, to improve the quality of life for all. So that's what we do. I'm working in the Cleveland area, and I'm looking forward to learning more about what Sandusky, is doing, because it seems you guys have a good movement going on here. So I want to help and be supportive of that and really keep that going. So glad I could be here. Thank you.
So next up, I've actually, we got a few speakers tonight, a few guest speakers. But before we get to them, what's amazing, about this community is, we're not very big, right? So it gives us the opportunity to become familiar with just about anyone. And so, maybe a couple months ago, I had the pleasure of knowing a couple of these ladies for quite some time. But there was one in particular, that I had the pleasure of becoming acquainted with, and through this whole process of just sitting down with these ladies, and whether it's promoting the Mbet event tonight, or whether it's just simply just linking up to get to know one another, it's truly just been a pleasure. And these three ladies have not only become a realtor recently, but they truly have, even beyond that, they've become friends of mine that I believe will just carry over for some time to come. So without further ado, we're gonna bring here Miss Stephanie to the hot seat. So give her a hand.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? Good. So my name is Stephanie Garrell. Some of you guys know me, and there's a lot of new faces I don't know tonight. I am the CEO and small business owner of Gia Bean Skin Parlor. I make soap, and I make a couple other little things that go along with that, some bath and body products, and I make elderberry syrup. So I am very nervous, and I am very nervous to stand in front of all these people. I don't always look at myself as an entrepreneur. I've always had a 9-to-5, and I just make soap, And then Blake took interest in what I do and kind of recognized my talent, and here I am standing in front of all these people talking about it. So to kind of tell you where I got started, I've always had a little bit of an interest in things natural. Raising my daughter, Nashaya, right here, I have always given her natural alternatives to everything raising her, and she would always joke because I would never want to take her to the doctors, or I'd give her natural ointments and things, and we joke now like, but did you die? Because here she is, and she's beautiful, and she's healthy and great. And then over the last few years, a lot of natural things, herbs and plants are trending. And, everybody kind of knows about your natural stuff, your herbs, your holistic. Yes, perfect word. And so, of course, it was just natural. I jumped on that boat. So, we hit COVID last year, and I see everybody coming out with these businesses. I had a family member that we have a lot in common. And she works, and she's a mom, and she came out with her small business, and it really just kind of inspired me that it was obtainable for someone I know, for someone who I know what they do. We have the same 24 hours in the day. If they can do it, if I can look around and see everybody else do it, why can't I? So I, threw out one of my soaps I made one day on Facebook. It was a charcoal soap, and it went crazy. Like, everybody liked it, and the next thing I knew, I couldn't keep up. I was working 50 hours a week at my job. I have a 5-year-old. I have my daughter. I have a house, 2 dogs. I would get off work and put my kids to bed, and then I'm up all night making soap, filling orders, but I loved it. So, I worked my butt off raising my daughter. I missed a lot. I put myself through school. Us as moms, we do so much. We raise our kids. We go to work every day. We do the laundry, the grocery shopping, we keep the house together. It just never ends. And I have 16 years between my kids, and I have another chance to not be at work all the time. Now, granted, I'm still working because I work harder now that I work from home. I am exhausted. When I put him to bed at 8:30, I'm right behind him. I am. I work harder now working at home. And I said when he started kindergarten, last year actually, when I bought my calendar for 2021, I put it on my calendar. By the start of kindergarten, I would not be working a 9 to 5 anymore. And you write stuff down and you forget it. And sure enough, when April came and I turned that to June, and bam, there it was, and I had already had my 2 weeks in at work. Yeah. And it was scary to just jump out there. I've been at my job for 10 years, but what's the worst that can happen? Which leads me to talk about, as a small business owner, as aspiring people out there who want to be entrepreneurs, and you worry, like, how am I going to pay my bills? I got a family to feed. I got all this to take care of. Especially in our world now, what is the worst that can happen? You go get another job if it doesn't work? I hear some young ladies that I see, because there's so many. I mean, fellas, y'all got some nice businesses out there too, but us ladies, we have so many. I mean, I see like fitness trainers, caterers, hairstylists, lashes, fitness, just it goes on and on and on, crafts. I mean, I look all around and our community is just full of women entrepreneurs doing their thing, and I love it. So when I see these young ladies thinking, well, like, nobody's buying my stuff or I'm not getting any likes, just keep going. If you're out there and that's you, keep going, because in another week or a month or whatever it is, you're gonna have that moment where everything's gonna go crazy. And then maybe 2 weeks later, nobody likes your stuff again, but you keep going. And I just want to say thank you for recognizing me. I am so grateful. Just giving me the opportunity to stand up here and talk, for my daughter to be here, and I'd like to think that she's proud of me right now. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to the next person.
So next up, this young lady. Oh yeah, don't forget about that.
Gotta have the drink.
All right, so this next young lady that we're gonna have come up and share her story, I didn't know her probably less than 2 months ago. I just knew her from her presence on social media. And I gotta say, not to take away from anyone, but her story is certainly one to be inspired by. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Miss Darlene.
Okay, she did so good. Everybody did so good. I get real awkward, so I might start dancing, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, my name is Darlene. I'm a local realtor here in town. I work at Realty Executives. I'm a mother of 4. Oh, can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. So I'm a local realtor in town. I'm a mother of 4. I have every age range. Okay, I go through all the emotions: high school, middle school, elementary, and preschool. I can't curse. It's a lot. Okay, so hold on. Let me breathe. So I actually am born and raised in Long Beach, California. I have been in Ohio for 4 years now. And everybody always asks, what brought you to good old Sandusky, Ohio? So actually, he's here with his beautiful girlfriend, my ex-husband. Hi back there. I'm glad you guys came out. So we have 3 beautiful kids together. I came out here to co-parent. I know the importance of a good man. I have no family in this state. I know nothing about Ohio. I never even heard of Cedar Point, okay? But I know the importance of a good father. My dad serving life in prison in San Quentin. I never had a father. So my mother was also a mother of 4, single mother, she held him down. So I guess my life could have started as a statistic, you know. So I knew the importance of my kids having a consistent, good father. No need for child support, no need for a court order. We do both of our parts. It's 50-50, down the middle. I moved here almost 4.5 years ago. I have, and you heard we have 3. I have another additional since I've been here. I will skip to like the middle of where real estate came in. I was working where a lot of my friends that are coming out to support me that are here. I worked at B-Dubs. I served tables here. I worked as a nursing assistant. Just whatever was going to get me a paycheck, right? Whatever was going to fill up my tank. I did it. I did it all because as moms, you know, we got to provide, whatever it is. And especially not having family here, not having like the support, you know, I just knew it had to come from me somehow. But I realized I don't want to do this forever. I don't want to look at my bank account every time I'm going to go to the gas station. I don't want to say, count my groceries. You know how we add up and we round up that extra dollar just to make sure we don't have to put anything back? I don't want to do that forever. So I was like, okay, what are you good at? What are you good at? I love people. I love getting to know people. I love people hearing people's stories. Especially a lot of us have the same story. If you really think about it, we are bonded in so many ways. We are so familiar, right? Single moms, maybe dad's incarcerated, you may not have known him. Relationships don't work out. Marriages don't work out. I'm a single mom now of all my 4 kids. My last year was the year that was meant to break me. It was honestly last November. I'm not going to get into detail, but I had police involvement. Had to move my kids out before Christmas into a condo where I still live because my lease is still up, but we're going to be buying a house this year. I get emotional because in 2019, I didn't even make enough money to have to file a tax return. Okay? 2020, which was the year I started real estate, I made $36,000 by myself, which is average, right? But for me, by myself, whoo, I could do this in Sandusky, Ohio. Okay. 2021, I'm set to double my income. My income is doubled this year. Yes. So $35,000 by myself in a year that was really, really bad. So I had this idea. I said, if in the worst year of my life, I could do this, and I didn't even realize I was doing it because as women, we just do, right? They gotta just go to school. And I get emotional because
you get it. Come on now.
I get emotional. And as I stand before you, I live in Perkins, Sandusky area. I work here. I'm not from here. This has become my home. I'm blessed that I've met people like Blake. I have friends here that I worked in every industry with. My ex-husband, his beautiful girlfriend that is a great bonus mother and loves my children. Those are the things that matter. So I told myself, what can I do in the next 12 months when I'm not at my worst? You know, so I'm excited. I was honored to be a part of this event when Blake reached out to me and I said, you know, I was wrecking my brain. What do I talk about? How can I get people relate to me? You know, but at the same time, I feel like we all relate. We're all just trying to make it, right? So I'm here, as cliche as it sounds. I know I'm going to hit 6 figures next year. One house. I know what I was doing. I want to sell one house. I sold 12. This year I sold 28. Yeah. Next year I will double that because my focus is me. Okay? My children. And I am so ready. And if you guys ever see me out, please talk to me. I love people. I might be awkward a little bit, but I just love this community. I love that there's opportunities like this where we can all link together and just learn and inspire one another because, man, it's tough out there sometimes. But this is my motivation for anybody that's scared to make that next move. Life always happens. We don't know. I was in a whole relationship last year. I didn't know. I was like, oh, I'm good, I'm happy. And then life said, no, you're not. You're by yourself. So no matter what you're going through, if you know that you can, and if you don't have a quit in you, you're going to get through it. You will be fine. That guy, that girl, bye, okay, next. No, I'm just kidding. But things work out. And I'm going to say this because this is something, I didn't make this quote, but it stays with me. So, damn, I can't remember the quote. Hold on.
It's all right. It's all right.
I forgot my quote.
I remember it. Okay. We are only in competition with ourselves, guys. So if you are doing better than you were last year, you're already winning. I recommend it.
There's one more young lady who is also killing it in the real estate game and who happens to be our realtor. She a dog out there, y'all, just so y'all know. But let's welcome Mary. Come on now. Come on, Mary.
Hello, everyone. Well, I never haven't done this in a long time. It's been a couple years. But for those who don't know me, my name is Mary Giles. I am a Sandusky native. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I am a Sandusky native. I just moved back approximately a year and some change ago. Prior to that, I was in Akron for about 9 years. And my move to Akron was because when I was 18, you know, my father passed. I helped my mother raise my little sister. So after she went to college, I'm like, okay, it's my turn. So I went ahead to the Akron, University of Akron. I double majored. I worked my butt off for 4 years, going full time, all 4 years round. And I worked my way up from press operator, tow motor, customer service to marketing and trade show manager of the entire division. And I loved it. I met so many great people along the way. But then I got the email saying, Ms. Giles, can you come to my office? And I think you know what that means. It's time to go our separate ways. But that's okay. As I was in the office, I'm thinking, what do I got? Man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I wasn't hearing what they were saying. It's like I was outside the box for a second. So that night, I kind of collected my thoughts, and I'm like, what do I need to do? You know, so sometimes you need that though as an entrepreneur, as someone who's opening up their own business, someone who, you know, is ready to risk it all, I suppose. My back was against the wall. I had to react and I had to readjust myself. So I was taking real estate classes at the time. My brother thought it'd be a great idea for me to get into it. I met with a really, really good friend and close colleague to this day. She said, Mary, you should really get into it. I think you'd be great at it. So I stayed in Akron for about 5 or 6 months. My savings was drying up, I'm not gonna lie. So I moved back here. I thought it'd be a great opportunity for myself, although I've been gone for about 9 months. Or no, I'm sorry, 9 years. So I moved back, I get my feet grounded. And I'm like, well, who do I know? Who's my spirit influence? I'm scared, I'm nervous, I have a little bit of anxiety. I'm starting all over. I had to hit the reset button for myself. And it's a little tough sometimes. But I knew one thing, I was active in the community. I started thinking, who are my friends out here? And I started networking with them even closely. I had tunnel vision on real estate. That was my main focus. That's gonna be my source of income, that's my passion, I can do it. So that's what I started doing. I just got told today from a friend, she's another realtor, out of 500 realtors, 500, I made top 100. And I'm happy for that. Because this is my first year doing it. I literally just hit my first year last week. And I'm so happy, I'm so excited to meet so many amazing people along the way. I set out SMART goals for myself, 3, 6, and 12-month SMART goals, and I had a strategic plan to conquer each SMART goal. Because I figured that's what I needed to do, right? I have a craft, I have a talent, I have an art, how do I get there? So I thought to myself, well, if I sell 2 houses a quarter, I'll be okay with that. 2 houses every 3 months, I'm good with that. Out of 12 months, I would be at, I think, 37, 40 houses that I've sold to clients, customers. Yeah. I said, of clients out here tonight. So, so it's really nice, it's really exciting. But to me, I thought to myself, what is an entrepreneur? How did I get on the boat to entrepreneurship? Well, it's because I got fired from my job, pretty much. And it forced me to readjust. It forced me to look at myself in the mirror. What am I good at? What are my talents? What did I go to school for? How do I apply all of that to what I'm doing today? Okay? So as I started my real estate journey, you know, I just started getting people involved with people in the community. I started getting, you know, every single year I adopted a Sandusky City School. I got involved with Blake, my friend. I got involved with Proud Fathers Foundation. I got involved with my buddy Jarvis Cole. You know, just see what else I can do out there. It's really opened up a lot of doors. And to me, the definition of entrepreneurship is not just only, you know, starting your own business, right? You have to be successful. You have to be result driven, right? I feel like it's being innovative, right? I feel like you have to almost risk it all in a way. You have to take that leap of faith. And I feel like that's what so many people have done here today, right? But as a new entrepreneur, like myself, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know, well, I'm on a 1099 now. I got to save for taxes. I got to, you know, I got to create my own marketing plan, my own budget plan. I got to do X, Y, and Z, you know. But I'm so glad, I'm so grateful, honored and humbled that I made it to this point and to be out here tonight with all of you lovely people. So to that I will end it, and I just want to say thank you, and I hope everyone has fun.
Hey, so just real quick, and we'll be wrapping things up here shortly, so then you guys can converse amongst one another. But I'd like to welcome one of my brothers and our co-chair, Spencer Patterson, just to share a few words. Give him a round of applause, y'all.
What's up, everybody? Good evening, good evening. Everybody hear me in the back? Yeah? All right. Hey, this is like... All right. Hey, listen, guys. This is like a great night. So we had the first event at Small City a while back. That was our first networking night, and it was impeccable. It was really good. This one, like, it's like every time we have one, it keeps getting better. I feel like it's like a professional party. Like, I don't know, it's just a great vibe. It's good to see everybody here, like all the different businesses, all the ladies who spoke. So I won't take too much time, but a lot of people know me, and everybody who knows me, I was raised by a single mom as well. My two sisters, so I've always been around women. Like, and then now I have 3 daughters. I have a son as well, but I have 3 daughters. My wife, who's amazing. So I'm here tonight, kind of I guess on behalf of our business, Fancy Me Boutique, which is actually upstairs. But she's home with the kids, you know. So like, shout out to her. You know, she kind of holds down the fort while I'm able to come here and do things when she can't be here. So shout out to her. And all the other women who were here, and then the ones who spoke, man, you guys had like crazy good stories. Like, I was like literally at the edge of my seat listening. So like, shout out to you guys, it's awesome. Thank you for everybody who's come out to support us, to support Mbet. We're here to support you guys. If there's anything you need, any resources, advice, whatever it is, just reach out to one of us. Blake is like my right hand. So if I need something, honestly, I go to Blake for like, hey, I'm looking for this, or I'm looking for this person or that. That's the resource guy. So from him, I'm kind of becoming a resource guy for other people. So, you know, that's just kind of how you do it. You know, tag along, find the people who uplift you, who build you. Surround yourself with positive people, I'm telling you. That is one of the things, aside from networking, that is one of the things that's going to like get you to where you want to be, where you want to go. You got to surround yourself with great people. And I see a bunch of great people in this room. So, awesome, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see everyone. Yeah, I can't stand up. Oh, the other thing. This is like one of the best hidden gems of Sandusky. Hey, Rick, can you hear me, Rick?
There he is.
I don't remember Rick. So Rick Ogilvie owns this place. This is the guy. I don't remember what your hours are for this place. Just guys, this place is here. Like, feel free to stop in and support this business. This is like the best hidden gem. I'm telling you, it's like, this is great. So come in, come down here, have a drink. You know, bring your kids to Children's Museums next door. Like, come support, come out. Good to see everybody. I'll be here for a little bit. I gotta get home to the kids soon and the wife. So, but if you see me, don't be shy. Say hi. Like, I like to network and talk to. So, thank you for coming out. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here.
All right, so if y'all, we're about to wrap this up so y'all can get to doing what y'all do best. But, you know, so real quick, man, you know, I just kind of want to share some, I guess maybe my personal story, and I promise not to get long-winded. But, you know, I look around this room and it's a reminder of like why a little over a couple years ago I ran for city commissioner. And it dawned on me earlier today that just on November 18th, I found out that in a recount, I edged, you know, my competitor out by just 13 votes. And at that time, just a month before that, as Darlene actually spoke, what a lot of people don't know is that was actually one of the most difficult times in my life. Through a lot of uncertainty, through a lot of ups and downs, you know, I battled through it. And you know, it was around that time that, you know, I got this tattoo on my wrist that reads Crazy Faith. And I think through this event, I just want to inspire and encourage you all just to have that same thing, that crazy faith. That no matter what like you're going through, no matter how difficult times may be, just continue to put one foot in front of the other. I always say there's, you know, strength in vulnerability. And that's what these ladies showed here tonight. Shows that you can overcome anything, you know, as long as you not only put your mind to it, but it's important just to have amazing people around you. Speaking of vulnerability, y'all might see it. But what I realize as I sit here, what's kept me going is I surround myself with, excuse my words, fucking amazing people. And without them, like, I couldn't do it. And I'm gonna wrap this up by just bragging on God a little bit. But you know, I look at my tribe, as I like to call them. That consists of my fiance, my immediate family, my brothers, and they know who they are, my daughter's mom, and even her stepfather. But I look back on this week and this past week, and you know, I have my fiance, who I mentioned earlier, who's stepping into the real estate game and becoming an entrepreneur of her own, and then my sister, who just moved here from North Carolina. You know, she had come here not necessarily knowing what it exactly we would do and how we would do it, but we just knew we wanted to connect and go into business with one another. And it was just today, back in August 16th, we got into a new business. We actually got into the trucking industry. And today we actually received our authority, which just means our ability to operate and get trucks out on the road. And then, you know, I got one of my closest brothers, you know, Brandon Matthews, and him and I are embarking on some great things, and probably, like, last but not least, you know, I think somebody mentioned, and please forgive me, I think it was Darlene, how important it is to have a solid relationship and foundation, like with your children's father or mother. And you know, I'm pleased to say that it hasn't always been easy, but I'm proud to say that just this past Tuesday, Sandusky welcomes my daughter's mom, her stepfather, and she will be attending Sandusky City Schools next year. So, like, which was absolutely a dream come true. It is something that only God knew, because I have my doubts, man. But again, to wrap things up, I truly just hope that through these stories that were shared and through these testimonies that were shared, that you all just find some inspiration to just keep going. Like, don't let depression get the best of you. Don't let unforeseen things get the best of you. Just keep going. And if you need that, if you need that extra motivation to go, just reach out to somebody. Again, there's strength and vulnerability, and I think it's obvious how many parallels that we all share in this room. Like, we've all struggled at one time or another, and we all need one another. But again, I'm looking around, and this is only confirmation of what I thought many years ago. And like, this is the best damn city that I know, and I plan on being here forever and continuing to make a difference. So thank you all for being here. I love you guys. Even if I don't know you, I promise I love you. I just appreciate you being here. And thanks for coming out. Grab a drink, and let's get to networking. And my man Chosen's about to get the ones and twos going again. Let's go, y'all.